What's up everyone, Lion Roar here, and we have a brand new hero named CONGALACH in the Underwild Summons, and he's a little better than he looks, so let's talk about him. But first, join me over in Gemstone Legends. It's a fantastic match 3 RPG game, and it's players that get in early on games like this that are at the biggest advantage. Not only will you help the channel out by using the link in the description of this video, but you're going to get a free epic hero named Moralia along with a bunch of gold, gems, and potions. After you download the game, you'll have access to events which will get you even more amazing heroes and loot. Guys, wow, you don't want to miss this opportunity because you do not get it in the regular App Store. Download it now, and I will see you in Gemstone Legends. Alright, so of course CONGALACH is a 5-star nature hero, and he is of the fighter class, which automatically makes him a little better in my book because, well, you know how annoying it is to fight against fighters who keep reviving and reviving and reviving. If only they would do that on offense, but on defense, of course, that you see that happen a lot. And I guess sometimes it happens on offense, right? Well, he gets the Underwild family bonus, so we've gone through that before, so I won't go through that again. But there is a passive here, special skill damage reduction. So received damage is reduced by 20% for the first 3 times this hero receives damage from special skills, which is kind of interesting. And I'm not exactly sure how that plays out. I think it's kind of one of those sneaky passives that like you just kind of don't notice, except that, you know, after the first few hits, whether he's on offense or on defense, you just kind of notice he's not really taking much damage. That helps with the longevity. Then we have a really ridiculous 791 attack, 782 defense, which is also very strong, and then 1390 HP, which also is, that's okay, but the attack and defense is definitely the best part of the base stats here. Spectre's Flail. Now, do you notice something about this? This has like a lot fewer text than most of these Underwild heroes, so must be bad, right? Well, not exactly. In fact, some of the best heroes in Empires and Puzzles have some of the simplest text. Let's go through it. First of all, it's slow, so it's bad, right? Well, usually if you've watched my videos, you know that I think slow heroes are relatively bad in this meta unless you're using it in the very fast wars and tournaments and things like that. But it might not actually hamper CONGALACH all that much. I think it'll just kind of balance him because this special is pretty powerful. May not look it at first, but let's see why. He deals 310% damage to 5 random enemies. And then he gets stacks that he puts on enemies. Each hit gives its target negative 9% attack. Now, the first thing that's probably going to come to mind is how he does in regular raids and war on offense. You're thinking about like, okay, you know, how do I use this guy? Or like maybe sticking him on defense. And well, slow heroes just aren't that great for either one of those roles. And you have to basically end the game if you're going to bring a slow hero, just because slow heroes get to go off like once maybe in a regular raid or war battle, twice if you're lucky. And if a slow hero goes off twice, you're probably winning. However, you got to think about some different scenarios with this guy. Even though that might be the first scenario that comes to mind with regular war and raid, there's something that might actually make him super powerful even if he only goes off once. And in fact, it might line up well with him being slow. And that is, he doesn't just hit everybody like a regular area of attack damage dealer. So like it says he'll hit 5 random enemies, so you're kind of just thinking, oh, like, you know, Octros or, you know, any of the other heroes that hit everybody all at once. You know, I've got a costume Quintus, you know, that also does attack down and is also slow. So it's reminiscent of that. But here's the difference. Let's say that you have already worked at killing a hero or 2 of theirs. Typically a hero like Costume Quintus is going to come in and, you know, at slow damage, coming a little late to the party, hit every hero that's left on the opposing side, which may be 3 or maybe 2 or maybe it's just 1, you know? And doesn't really deal all that much damage overall because, well, some heroes are dead. But take a moment to think about what CONGALACH's special says. He's going to hit 5 random enemies. It doesn't say 5 random different enemies, and it doesn't just say 5 different enemies. It says 5 random enemies. So when there's only 2 heroes left, or there's only 1 hero left, they're going to absorb all that damage. When you've heard me say before that a slow hero needs to end the game, this is what I'm talking about. This is a hero that comes in and whatever is left, CONGALACH's going to clean up. And if he doesn't kill them all, they're going to get this negative attack. And, you know, if it hits the same hero multiple times, you know, that's negative 9% times however many times it gets hit, right? So if there's like 2 heroes left and let's say one of them gets hit 3 times, well, that's negative 27% attack. That means you are well on your way to winning because even after that goes off, even if it doesn't kill them, how are they going to kill you if they're not dealing damage? But that's not all. Think about what CONGALACH can potentially do against a Titan. Now, typically on a Titan team, you want your, you know, attack buffs and defense down and stuff like that. So there's not usually room for a hero like this, but I always like to have one spot on my Titan teams that are just high damage dealing attack tile heroes. So that's what he is because his attack stat is high. So whenever you do the attack buffs and defense down and everything like that, well, just his tile damage is going to deal a lot. But now think about what the special does when it goes off. It's going to hit the Titan 5 times with 310% damage. And it's going to give it negative 9 times 5 attack down. And then if you hit the Titan a couple of times, up to that 10, that max stack of 10, that's negative 90% attack. That's incredible. What's that Titan going to do versus you now? Like, how's it going to kill your heroes? You have like carte blanche to just keep playing and like not really have to worry about what's happening. You have more freedom with the tiles on the board to make matches that you think should be made, like diamonds and things like that, that you might otherwise be afraid to make because the Titan's slashing at your heroes. So this hero is going to be good in very fast wars and tournaments. I'm going to say he's a little better than okay in regular wars and raids because even though I talked him up a lot, that slow is still hard to deal with. There's many, many times where a slow hero just doesn't go off. If you just don't have enough tiles and he never goes off, that's just a problem with slow heroes in this game in the regular wars and raids. So I always do have to kind of like bump a little bit of the grade down just for that. But amazing in very fast wars and tournaments, a little better than okay in regular ones, and against Titans, pretty darn good. So I'm going to go ahead and give CONGALACH a B+. I don't think I can give him higher than that until I see how it actually plays out, because I'm speaking very hypothetically here. But I want to see how CONGALACH performs. I could absolutely be convinced of giving him better than a B+, perhaps an A- or something like that. So if you got him and you leveled him up and you get to use him, or we start to see him being used, I want to know what you think. Let me know in the comments. Would you give him a higher grade than a B+, or would you give him a lower one because he's a slow hero that only does 2 things, deal damage and give negative attack down? I think he's pretty good. What do you think? If you haven't already, please consider hitting that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you know when I drop new videos or go live, and I will catch you in the next one.